started. Ember Burns Black here, and we are live from My Live Kitchen, the show where I take viral recipes and make them in real time. And today I'm going to be doing Dutch oven pulled pork, except I'm not going to be using a Dutch oven. I'm going to be using my iron skillet. So what you're going to need is you're going to need 10-pound pork shoulder with a bone in. I don't have a 10-pound pork. I have a little one, but it's still going to get the job done. 1 large onion, 4 cloves of garlic, 24 ounces of chicken broth, a third cup of yellow mustard. I'm going to be using dirty mustard. 2 tablespoons Parmesan cheese, 2 tablespoons brown sugar, 2 tablespoons garlic powder, 2 tablespoons Slap Your Mama seasoning. I'm going to be using taco seasoning. Black pepper, 1 teaspoon of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon parsley flakes, 1 teaspoon of basil, and 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. I'm going to be using chop mix. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be putting my oven on 325. And once I get this up, I will put the recipe up for you to see in the description. But currently we are live. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of my dry ingredients, which I just read off. I'm going to put them in a bowl and mix them all up. So first thing I got is onion flake in there. Nice. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and chop my onion. Get that done and out of the way. Let me see if I can move you down some so you can see what I'm doing. There you go. So, woo! Of course, that happens. And I know this is an odd time, but the thing that's really fun about this is it's going to be cooking for 7 hours. So I want to get it done now, so we're not waiting all night for dinner. So let me get this chopped out of the way, so when I need to start it, I can just go ahead and throw it on. And again, I appreciate you for tuning in. I go live almost every Tuesday and Friday. Sometimes things come up. I'm a mother of 2 kids, so life does happen. You can also follow me on TikTok, also Ember Burns Black. I tend to post every Wednesday. And again, if I don't, I'm a mom. Things happen. So if you like what I do, please remember to subscribe. That way you always know when I'm live if I decide to be random. So I'm going to go ahead and chop this onion up real quick. That way I'm not waiting on it later. Okay. Alright, now that I got my onion done, hello. Now that I got my onion done, I'm going to go ahead and set that aside. Oh, crap. Excuse me for a minute. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab my bowl so I can go ahead and start my dry ingredients. Hey! Oh my god! Hey, Sam! You're excused. Oh, how have you been? So, about 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese. About like that. And then Oh, crap, hold on. I gotta go back to the ingredients list. Okay, so now I need about 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. I use light brown. Brown sugar is always difficult because it's clumpy. There we go. Mostly okay. Real been time consuming. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. How's your dad? How's the family? Then garlic powder. About 2 tablespoons. That is a lot of garlic powder, but okay. And then the Slap Your Mama seasoning, like I said, 2 tablespoons of that. I'm going to be using taco seasoning because to me, Slap Your Mama sounds taco-y. About 2 tablespoons. Yeah, that's about 2 tablespoons. Which, remember, my pork is also... Oh, no, I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope your dad's okay. Like I said, I also do have a smaller pork. About 2 tablespoons of pepper. That's funny because you're still commenting, but it doesn't say that I have a viewer. So there is a glitch in the system. And then chili powder you want about 1 teaspoon. So I'm not going to shake this as hard into it. Woo! I lied. And then smoked paprika. Didn't I already add paprika? I guess I did not. There you go, about 1 tablespoon of paprika, parsley flakes, and basil. Oh, he says 1 viewer for you. Okay, well, I have a glitch, so you don't. So 1 teaspoon of both parsley and basil. And I know that I typically like to use fresh basil, but since I'm going to just be using powder, I'm just going to go ahead and use my powder. And then there was 1 more, oh, some chop mix, which only a 1/2 teaspoon. Of course, it's clumpy. So I'm just going to put a little bit, a chunk in. Before I shake that up, I'm going to break it up with a fork because that is super clumpy. Way to go, brown sugar and Parmesan. Oh, brown sugar and Parmesan, that smells fantastic. And here is what it looks like. So I'm going to clump this up, well, declump it. And then I'm going to seal it, and this is what I love doing with my dry rubs, is I just shake the living crap out of it. And then toss it around, so it's kind of like doing that little wavy thing, if you can see it. Yeah, you can see it. So get that nice and changed up, and then beat some more clumps out of it, which is that brown sugar that's clumping. It's alright, brown sugar is sweet. It's allowed to stick together. So I got that done. Go back to what I was doing before. Okay, so there I got my dry stuff. I'm going to grab a bowl real quick for my onion. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I need a bowl. Hold on. I don't know if this bowl's going to be big enough, but I'm going to try it. Oh! Helps if I don't put a bowl in front of my camera. I apologize for that. So you can see what I'm doing a little bit. So I got all my onion here. Get it all off. Oh, does it matter? I don't know what you said. I'm sorry. What if I tap it? Will it come back up? No. Dang. Okay. I'll see it in a minute, Sam. I'm sorry. Alright. So, I don't know if it matters or not. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my cutting board back here so you can see it. And I'm going to grab my ham. Now my ham has been frozen, and like I said, it's a little roast. So if it's a little faded and discolored, there's onion paper on my plate. That is because it was frozen. So get that on there. Put the plate away. So now that I have my pork, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint it with the mustard. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get my hands dirty. Because guess what? My hands were clean. Hold up. Woo! There's a limit to what I can get dirty. What I can stand to get dirty, that is. Hold on. Okay. I'm going to go ahead with my mustard and I'm going to rub this into the meat. If you can see what I'm doing. Kind of like paint it on there. And if you have a paintbrush or spatula and you're a neat freak, you can do that too. Some of us like to get down and dirty. We like to beat our meat. So I'm going to slime this up with this mustard. Like I said, the recipe calls for 10 pounds, so 10 pounds will feed a lot. This is just going to be dinner tonight, and I'm probably going to pull it, fill it with some sandwiches. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get the other side of this. Maybe. Come on, mustard. Notice I'm only doing it with one hand. I'm keeping the other hand generally clean. That way I can hold the bottle and not get the bottle all mustardy and porky. So I think I have him well mustard. I do. Nice and mustardy. Get a little more up in here. Okay. Because when I put it down, I'm going to put it down fat side up. So it doesn't look mustard, but it is. I'm actually going to put this part in the pan. So let me wash up real quick. And move that so it doesn't get wet. So washing my hands, because I don't mind getting dirty, but I also like to be clean. I'm weird like that. So, oh, I'm out of paper towels. Nice. So that's why the camera's moving. Doesn't matter what type of onion. It doesn't say what type of onion. It just says large. So I'm using whatever the bulk onions I bought was, which are like, I used the last one too, so hold on. Yeah, I used yellow. So now that I got that done, I'm going to fix you again. And I'm going to take my dry seasonings, my bowl of beautiful seasonings, which I have all mixed up, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start spreading them onto this mess, which I'm going to be a little lazy at first. Get it nice and... That is coating beautifully. Now I can take it and spread it back here. Which one of the things a lot of people don't I think dry rubs are so underrated because they can add so much flavor to everything you do. I don't I don't know if I had a lot of dry rubs growing up. I don't know if they weren't popular in my house. But growing up without a lot of dry rubs, you had an appreciation for the meat and what you were eating. And also, I was kind of a sauce girl anyway. So I'm not going to add a lot to this side because as you saw, it was bone. Now this side, I am going to add a lot of my seasonings too. Oh, you use dry rub on salmon. Fish are friends, not food. Okay, can you see up in there? I need some up in there. I don't know if I mustarded that part. I might have missed that chunk. You know what? I did miss that chunk. I don't feel the mustard. Oh well. You know what? We have learned from the mistake. And in hindsight, I need to inspect my meat better. Actually, I did mustard it. That's going to be the end of my dry rub. So I'm going to pat you on and rub you in best I can. Because I want you nice and seasoned. I like my meat seasoned. Very well seasoned. Okay, he looks seasoned enough. I'm going to go ahead and I am going to set him aside and wash my hands. Give me a second. I need to make room over here to set him aside. I gotta get all this dry rub off my hands. Excuse me real quick. Woo! Hot! Hey, I see that. Thank you. So, okay, got that all up off my hands. Next, I'm going to take my skillet. Give me a second. Let me get my hands decent. Ew, I'm slimy. I got my skillet. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to oil it so it's nice and usable. I'm using grapeseed today, not for any particular reason, just because that's what I grabbed. And I'm not using grapeseed. I'm going to use my regular everyday oil. Get that pan good and oiled up. Because it's cast iron, I don't want it to be bleh. Give me a spatula. I'm just going to spread that around in there. Get it nice and moist. Okay. I don't entirely understand cast iron. I just know you don't want it hot and cooking. So I'm going to put my knife aside. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my burner on about a 5, which is like medium high. Set that over here, turn these so you can see. And I'm going to go ahead and roast my onions and garlic while I do this. So here are my onions. Now, the recipe calls for 4 cloves of garlic. Unless you have a garlic press, it is a pain in the butt to do fresh garlic. So I do jarred, and a clove is about a teaspoon, a half a teaspoon. I use tablespoons, but we also really like the taste of garlic in this house. So I'm doing about 3 tablespoons. That's a lot of garlic, but you know what? We're gonna like it. So I gotta go ahead and caramelize those. Why did I put ha? Which is also a cast iron skillet. You don't want to grab the handle too much. But it's not hot right now. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on high because that's all I got to do is get these onions going with garlic. Wait for that to go. Now the next step I'm going to do is I'm actually going to be putting my pork onto the garlic and onions. And then when I serve this tonight, I think we're going to do mashed potatoes and carrots. Because you always want that classic pork butts and taters. If you're a 90s kid, you remember that. Alright. Now while I got that going, I'm grabbing my aluminum foil for later. Because I'm going to foil this pork up before I put it in the oven. Actually, while I'm there, let me grab another roll of paper towels. If I get messy, I'm going to go bonkers. So that's going nicely. So, go ahead and stir my onions up. Go ahead and take a look at what I got going on here. They're starting to yellow nicely. Got my onions and garlic going. So, make sure that's, yeah, it's still not too hot. I can still touch it. I just want to saute these. I'm pushing them down some because I'm trying to hurry because once I get this in the oven, it's going to take 7 hours and it's already almost 12:30 and now 12:30, I don't know. So pushing this around, the garlic is starting to stick. I'm going to call it done. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to lay this out, make kind of like a bed of onions. And then I'm going to take my pork and I'm going to put it down on my bed of onions. Actually, I'm going to go ahead. Is this hot yet? I'm going to move him off the burner. That way it's not too cooking too much. Okay. Now I got my pork, and like I said I was going to do, I'm going to do fat side down. Oh, if I don't drop it on it. Put that there. I got to wash my hands real quick. Yikes. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Ugh. Woo. Hot, hot, hot. Okay. And now I gotta hurry this up because the tablet that I'm using for the recipe is on, wet hands, is on 15%, which is okay. We're almost done. So now I'm going to take the 24 ounces of chicken broth. If you know me, I like making my own ingredients, so I do my own chicken broth with bouillon. And I am going to go ahead and I'm going to soak my pork and pour this all up on here. Get him nice and juicy. I can see some of the dry rub is actually coming off. So I don't, but you know what? It's going to be absorbed in and we put it fat side down. So let me show you what I got real quick. I got nice little bath going on for my pork. Now I'm going to take my foil that I pulled out and I'm going to go ahead and make a mess. No worries. Can always be reused. It just doesn't look as nice. Oh my goodness. That was a disaster. Must not laugh. Oh, not if the fish is ticked off at you. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, hold on. We are going to foil this pan eventually. That roll of foil had more than I thought. So, this is not planned at all. Okay. So, foil the ham, or the pork, or the whatever it is. I have a pork butt in a skillet. So, my oven has been set for 325 since I started. I don't think I'm going to get this very tight, which is okay. And then I'm going to use another little bit of foil. I thought I heard a kid. I'm like, man, kids should not be home yet. But this school board is weird. They'll like, if there's a power out or if something happens, they just send kids home without notifying parents. So, it's fun. Alright, so I got my pork foiled. I have my oven at 325. I'm going to go ahead and try to stick this back in the box. And that's not happening. Yeah, we'll set that aside. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this in for 7 hours. I'm going to check it, and I'm probably going to try it tonight on my TikTok, which is also Ember Burns Black, if you'd like to follow me there. If you like what I do, please subscribe. I try to go live every Tuesday and Friday. Like I said, I'm a mom. Things happen. And if you really like what I do, food is going up, inflation, everybody is struggling. Please support me. You can find me on Ember Burns Black is my PayPal. I can't think. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I don't kill myself doing this. Ugh. Oh, crap. So I just poured chicken broth everywhere. Oh my goodness. It wasn't hot, so I didn't get burnt. I'm going to clean up my oven slightly. This is what's fun about going live. Oops. Hey, you should have seen it the night I dropped Shiloh's unicorn cake for her birthday. I managed to pull off the unicorn cake, but it was fun. So anyway, hopefully the oven doesn't catch fire. This is what's fun about live. You never know what's going to happen, especially on my channel where I catch oven mitts on fire. Oh, all right. Thank you, guys. I will see you later this week. Love you. Stay gorgeous. Bye.